Hello, welcome back to Sacred Vapes, the channel that aims to bring you the views and experiences of products in the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. Now this week, it only took me 3 weeks to bring it to you. I did put it off, so it's seen a lot more usage than any other pod on this channel so far. It's going to be quite diverse and quite uniquely, I can offer you 2 different viewpoints on it. It's the Stars Icon Kit. Now, Stars, they're a company based in America. You may not have heard of them, which is fine. I've never heard of them myself. I picked this one up because it was cheap. So, I'm not really going to go too much into the company because it would have involved me having to really research one. But what I'm going to try and do for you guys is in the future, maybe pick another one of their products up and then we can explore them a bit more deeper. But for the interest of the pod series, really was interested in this. It's a unique design. I mean, there's nothing else like it on the market. It comes quite good specs for what it is. But before we get into all the details, let's give her a vape. Now, what you get in the box, there's the packaging. I say it's got content, California warning, website information, and over on the side you have a scratch code there. Get her open, nice and easy. It's got a magnetic flap on the side to keep it open. It comes in a range of 5 different designs. Just show you all different ones. Now that's where your pod would be. Obviously mine's on the table. Lift up. And what you get in the box, you get a USB cable, which is not in there because I've obviously been using it to charge. A spare pod. You get an e-liquid injection bottle, which is, drum roll, empty bottle. Nothing too exciting there. And you get an instruction booklet or user guide. And that's it for what you get in the box. The device itself is a 360 watt internal battery. It comes with bottom USB port. It has a front indicator light, as you can see. Blue when the battery's got power. It goes red when the battery's low, and red when it's charging, and turns back to blue when it's fully charged. And that's about it. The pod itself is a 2mm pod. It comes with a 1.7 ohm coil inside. It comes bottom connections, and it comes with a fill flap on that side. Get her open, and it's a silicone flap. There we go. Nice, again, nice and simple. And that's about it. You get, we'll mention as well, you get a little light when you connect, as you can see. But yeah, that's about it. And we'll get into the pros and cons of this now. First pro for me is going to be the flavour and the vapour production. For a pod system that's 1.7 ohms, it's going to be quite low power, so you'd be looking at about 10 watts worth of power. And this is putting out vapour production that matches some of the bigger pods that I've brought you on this channel. It's actually really good. The flavour, nice and bold. In fact, I'm getting a slight complexity from the liquid. I'm using 20 milligrams salt in this, and I'm not just getting the plain flavour, I'm getting a little bit of the subtleties in there. Well, it's a fruit one I'm using anyway. Cool Runnings by Vape Duty Free. But yeah, it's a really nice flavour coming through, and the vapour production, I say you're getting a nice throat hit as well. So really enjoyable. Next pro for me is going to be the battery life. I mean, it's only 360, so it's not going to last forever, but it does last most of the day. And charging time on this is going to be about, say, just over an hour. So that's a little bit on the long side. The next pro is going to be how simple it is. Nothing over convoluted. Just simple. Pull the pod out. It's kind of snaps into place. There's no connection there to keep it. but that's a slight resistance on it. It's not coming out. So that's a pro. Next pro for me is going to be that indicator light. Nice and bold, so it's easy to see in daylight, especially with it being blue. Again, the red is nice and bold. Obviously I can't show you that right now because it's fully charged, but yeah, that's always something that I've mentioned in the past. When it's like a white light or the light's not too strong, it's hard to see in the daylight, so that's a pro for me. Next pro is going to be the designs. As I say, that's the Harley Davidson design over on the back. Just got that sort of meshed style. The pod itself is made out of metal, so I think it's meant to be carbon fibre. That's what the website says, so if it is, kind of impressive. Now, the fill hole, nice and easy. I say, so that's a pro. In fact, it's 2 mils. You know when you've watched this series before, you know that's always a big pro for me. The fact that it's on the top end of the capacities. So nice airy vape on it as well. Say wide airflow. And yeah, they're the pros for this, I'd say. We'll get into the cons of it now. And the first con for me is going to be the wicking inside the coil. Now, it does give good flavour and vapour. What it doesn't do is wick well. If you're taking 3-4 hits of it, chain vaping on it, you will get a dry hit very, very quickly from then on. So, I won't recommend that. Pod life is a bit of a con for me. I'd say it's under a week for a pod, which is definitely on the low end. For a pod system, you're going to be needing at least 2-3 weeks to make it really practical, and most of the pods I've brought you before have done that. Only this, I'd say it's really low. I'd say it dry hits quite quickly after, I say, about 5-6 days. Next con for me is going to be that charging time at about, well, it was about 1 hour and 10 minutes, I'd give or take. That's a bit long for a device like this, especially when devices with similar power like the Dual and the Airscream can charge in about 45 minutes. So, it's going to take, it's not overly long, but it's too long for the battery. The design of it being round, I think that's going to be a con for some people. I'm not a big fan of the round shape myself, but it does look very distinctive, so I can't really critique it that badly for trying to do something different. Next con for me, you probably won't be able to see it, but there is slight bubbling inside the pod. It doesn't bubble up at the fill hole, but it does bubble up inside, so it's obviously using a little bit of capacity when it does that. And it's a little bit weighty for a pod this size. I'm going to say it's very highly constructed, but you are going to get a bit of weight compared to similar low battery powered devices. So yeah, keep that in mind with this. So I think that's it for the cons. We'll get into the overall now. And overall, this is going to be one of them really diverse products, like I said at the start, mainly because for someone like me, I can't recommend this pod because the minute you start struggling to wick, that's when it starts to break down. So I wouldn't recommend this as a pod device because of that, because the last thing you want is dry hitting. But like I said at the start, I can offer you a different perspective, and it's coming from me lovely wife. Mainly because she's not a vapor. When I've been doing these pod series episodes, she's been giving them a try, and mainly she's been coughing with them because naturally she's not a vapor. But coming from experience and other people that I know who smoke, who have had that same issue, she's pretty much fell in love with this device because it doesn't make her cough. It's nice and smooth going in. And I've tried a couple of different styles of liquids in here, and it's had. it's had the same effect. So, from my perspective as an experienced vapor, would I recommend this as a pod system? No. I do think that wicking does hold it back, and there are better pods on the market. But if you've got someone that you know who smokes and is struggling to vape because of the coughing, this could well be an option. But the price point on this is going to be about £25 new. I would say probably under £20. I mean, I paid about £11 for mine, so it's not something that's going to be worth 25. But I say it's going to be very circumstantial that you buy this. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Next week in the pod series, we're going to have the Smock Micro Kit. Very excited to try that out after the brilliant Nord kit. But as I always say, stay safe. And keep vaping.